Maybe you should drink milk before and after. It might help. No, I wasn't being funny. I was being serious. Oh no, I think Prime might make it worse, dude. I think Prime might actually make it worse.
Hello and welcome everyone to Unexpected Wrestling on a special Monday afternoon edition of Unexpected Wrestling. We got a lot to get into today. There were some events last night at WrestleMania that Mr. Chunk and I both did not predict happening. Believe it or not, for those keeping track, it came down to the wire. I didn't think we'd need the tiebreaker, but we actually did. And this is probably this is one of the closest predictions I've ever done. I mean, not to spoil anything for anyone, but Minty here did lose the predictions by 2 seconds. 2 seconds we lost. I guessed 25 minutes straight on the main event. Mr. Chunk guessed 25 minutes in 1 second. It ended up being 25 minutes in 3 seconds. Unbelievable loss here. And we are ready to go with the Hot Chip Challenge at the conclusion of this stream. To say that I'm nervous would be an understatement. I've heard a lot of things have happened to people that have done this Hot Chip Challenge. I've heard that there's been a lot of medical problems for people that have done the Hot Chip Challenge. But I hope you guys will see what I'm willing to endure for the podcast here. But that's going to be at the end of the podcast. We're not going to open with the main event here. We need to go over the events of last night really, well, I shouldn't say really quick, but we're going to go over everything that happened last night. This isn't going to be a traditional formatted show. We're pretty much just going to tell our thoughts on the show last night, night 2 of WrestleMania. If you saw the gaming stream yesterday, we went over night 1. We might touch back on night 1 a little bit tonight. But we are going to be going over night 2 of WrestleMania. So, one thing I got to say, WrestleMania 41, in my opinion, something was off. Something was missing from WrestleMania 41. Whether it be the lead up to the event, whether it be just... it just didn't feel like WrestleMania to me. And maybe we're judging it off of WrestleMania 40 last year.
40, yeah.
There were some good matches, but there weren't enough good matches for me to feel like this was the once-a-year spectacle that WrestleMania should be. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Chunk?
I 100% agree on that. Yeah, it just was something was lacking. There was a small handful of matches that were good, but everything else seemed a little mediocre.
Yeah.
There are a few bright spots, you know, in day 2, you know, which we'll get to in a minute.
Would you say that night 2 surpassed night 1?
No.
Really? You thought night 1 was
No.
better?
Solely because of the triple threat night 1.
Honestly, I think the night 1 main event was better, but yes. I think night 2 had better wrestling on it. Altogether. Not the main event. The main event we're going to get into. But
yes,
as
if
for
you exclude
just
the main event,
wrestling, I think
yes.
I think night 2 ended up being better.
Yes, if you exclude the main event, one night 2. Then
yeah,
yes,
we'll get into the main event here. So night 1 they opened, and 100% I'm going to say the opening match of night 2 was better than night 1. Night 1 they opened with Jey Uso and Gunther. Night 2 they opened with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. This was one of the best triple threat matches I've ever seen at WrestleMania. Definitely the best women's triple threat match I've ever seen. I can't say it's the best triple threat match I've ever seen because I've seen I saw live Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, John Cena. I thought that was really good. If you guys remember The Rock, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, that was an excellent triple threat match. We've seen many WrestleMania 20 with Benoit, HBK, and Triple H. The men's have had many really, really good triple threat matches. This is the first time that a women's triple threat match I think is on par with some of them.
I
This
agree.
one, it seemed like just everyone was on their game. It seemed like everything, any choreography they had during the match went off without a hitch. There was no real rest spots that you would notice anyway. Nobody missed the mark on anything. It seemed like they were prepping this match for quite a while, and it showed. And then later on in the show, there's going to be some matches that maybe didn't get as much prep, and that also showed. But
Yes.
this match was the best women's match of the entire WrestleMania. Probably the best women's match we've seen all year so far, to be quite
Yeah.
honest with you. There's not many negative things I could say about this match. Honestly, it's very, very good. Unfortunately, neither of us won the prediction. We both picked Bianca Belair, and Io Sky ended up winning, which I knew was a possibility, but I was dead set that Bianca Belair was not going to take a loss. That I picked Bianca.
I thought the same thing, and it's interesting. They swerved us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue with Io Sky winning. I
No,
mean,
it makes
as long
absolute
as
sense for them to have
yes,
her win because they don't want
as long
Bianca
as
or Rhea getting pinned by one of the other.
yes, and as long as they have a path forward for Rhea and Bianca after this, because I imagine that
Yeah,
they might go their separate ways a little bit.
I think honestly, I think Io might kind of go her separate way from those two, but I
Oh,
think
absolutely,
I think
yes.
those two are going to keep on mingling with each other. I think
You think so?
I think we're
No
going to get
involvement
a
from Jade.
I think we're going to get a one-on-one match between Rhea and Bianca eventually.
Yeah, maybe
I mean,
WrestleMania Backlash as like a filler feud.
no, see, I don't. I wouldn't save it for WrestleMania Backlash. I would save maybe a triple threat rematch for that. But one-on-one, I'm thinking SummerSlam. I'm thinking that needs to be a big.
They
match.
draw it out until SummerSlam.
Yeah,
We'll see.
unless
Okay.
they got big plans for Becky Lynch, and then maybe they could revisit like Becky Lynch versus Rhea. I don't know if they've ever really done much with a Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair feud, and it looks like Belair is moving towards a heel turn, so that could make some sense there. Misty Kaboom, thank you for stopping in. Hello. I know you're probably just here to see me eat the damn chip. We will be doing that at the end of our little run through of WrestleMania here, so be ready for that. I got all the ice cream milkshakes. They bring all the boys to the yard, and I got 2 containers of chocolate milk to try to keep myself from going to the hospital tonight. So hopefully I will be fine. Yeah, so Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, excellent match. Favorite match of the card, probably my favorite match almost of WrestleMania. It's funny because the 2 that are up there with me as the best matches of WrestleMania were both triple threat matches. So that's interesting. Usually I don't always like multi-person matches, but this one surprised me. I did not expect it to be. I expected it to be good, but I expected Tiffany and Charlotte to be better, and that was not the case at all. And I hate saying that.
Not even close.
I hate saying that because I love Tiffany. But no, they did not compare to this match. Excellent match. If you want to watch any match from night one, that's the one you want to see. I think any wrestling fan could appreciate that match. Even the AEW weirdos would appreciate a match like that. They could see what choreographed wrestling should look like instead of what they see on AEW television.
Yeah.
We move on from that to Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in the Sin City Street Fight.
That actually surprised me. I had very low expectations, and it wasn't that bad of a match when you compare it to other things on the card.
Comparing it to other things, yeah, but it was still Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. So I'm just not. So Drew picked up the win, which I agree with. He should have.
Yes.
And they teased some pretty gnarly looking spots. They teased Drew McIntyre going for the Claymore kick with a chair around Priest's neck.
Yeah, and that didn't
crazy.
happen. But they did it in the turnbuckle with the chair behind him, and that looked pretty rough.
This match got violent. Obviously, they put in as much effort as they could, so I give them credit for that. Because there's some people that I feel didn't put enough effort into their match. It's pretty much what I would have expected with this match, to be honest. maybe a part of me says that this match kind of surpassed what I expected for it a little bit, but I still
It
couldn't
did
get
for
over the fact
me,
the
and there
build
wasn't.
up just didn't do it for me.
Yes. So there was a lack of story,
Yeah.
a little bit, even though I think that the story could have written itself, but I
Mhm.
feel like they waited too long to build it. But the quality of the wrestling was very good.
Yeah, I thought so. The pacing was good. I thought it was okay. I just couldn't get over the fact that it was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. It felt like a episode of like a just throw off SmackDown, maybe the main
Hmm.
event, maybe the opening match. I don't know. It was what it was. It seemed like the crowd enjoyed it. Wasn't the worst thing. I forget if I took. I don't think I even took a bathroom break during that match. I swore that was going to be the bathroom break match, but I didn't. I don't think I did. I don't think I did.
Get
Um,
prepared for your bathroom breaks a little later.
yeah, but yeah. I mean, I guess in the end, I could say it did surpass my expectations a little bit, a tiny bit, but it still just it still was just on the Jey Uso Gunther level for me. Like, just don't
Yeah.
care. Bye. Don't whatever. But then we moved into a match that I did care more about, and oh, by the way, me and Mr. Chunk at this point were still tied. Well, no, no, no. This is
No,
why I
I
started. I actually earned a point because Mr. Chunk
yes.
made the bet that Damian Priest was going to win that match, but Drew McIntyre ended up winning. So at that point, we were 2-1 right
Yes.
there. And then we moved into the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship match. This, in my opinion, was the second best match of the night. We had Dominic Mysterio versus Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor. Now, some people that might look at a multi-man match and kind of turn their nose up a little bit. This one, I think, did a great job. Had a lot of
Yes.
storytelling in it. It showcased each and every competitor in some way, shape, or form. Specifically, Braun Breaker, which is the best thing they could have done because Braun is just a freak athlete. He
And the
got
pacing
showcased
was
a
good.
lot. Yes,
Yes.
pacing was
Pacing
really
was
good.
good.
They ended up telling the full story of Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio in there, with Dominic Mysterio eventually turning on Finn Balor. I think it happened when Dominic was going for the 619 on Finn. Finn caught his leg and was kind of like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then all hell broke loose after that.
And then it ended with Finn Balor doing the coup de grace on Braun Breaker,
Breaker,
I
and then
believe.
Dom
Dominic
sneaking in.
interrupted the pin
Yep,
with the splash
yep,
and pinned Finn Balor,
yep.
which I kind of called, but in the reverse direction. I would have thought Finn Balor would have found himself like accidentally pinning Dom for the title, and this happened the other way around. So I was
Mm,
a little bit surprised.
mm. Missy
I still think
Gloom.
the end result is the same, as
Yep.
we're going to see some jealousy in the Judgment Day.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was assuming that Judgment Day might just be done at that point.
I
But
mean, I think it's coming. I think it's coming in the
yeah,
next couple of weeks. It's going to be pretty quick.
I thought maybe they were just done. Missy Gloom
I,
says, "Oh my god, I hate working in the attic of this building. Stream is cutting out." Oh, Missy, I feel bad for you for that because it's not cutting out on our end. So hopefully you can get that fixed and be able to watch me torture myself at the end of the stream here.
I
Um,
imagine we upload the recording so anybody can watch it
yes,
anytime
they're always
afterwards.
ready immediately after on demand on
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitch. Um, yeah, in my opinion, I thought the Judgment Day was kind of, at least, I don't know. Are they kicking Finn Balor? I thought that maybe Judgment Day was over, other than Liv, Raquel,
Yeah.
and Dom, and maybe Carlito. Where does
Yeah,
Carlito
I
stand in all this? Actually, he got
fired.
he
Hopefully.
got engulfed in a table during
Yes.
the
Yes.
match.
Hopefully speared out of
Yeah,
existence.
so Braun Breaker did a spear from one table to another. Pat McAfee said it was about 15 feet. I don't know if it was quite that far, but we'll take his word for it. It was quite a distance. um, I wouldn't have wanted to take that spot, and the table like exploded. There was pieces of
Yes.
shrapnel wood everywhere. I don't know if they just had like a thing of just scraps that were dumped on the ground afterwards, or if that legit like broke the table. But it did not look good after that. And
Just to Carlito taking that
yeah,
bump.
Carlito was out of the match after that. I don't think he might still be laying there at Las Vegas. He might still be on the ground and nobody picked him up.
And still got recovered from a spear from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
So
basically his WrestleMania week was taking spears from Braun Breaker. Didn't have a match. He was just a little monkey that took the spears. Oh, poor guy, but hopefully he gets a nice little WrestleMania payday for that. It was a fun point in the match, but in the end, Dominic Mysterio ended up being, I almost said Finn Balor, but Dominic Mysterio ends up being the new Intercontinental Champion. Good for him. Hopefully he can, the thing with Braun Breaker, he's a great wrestler, but for some reason they didn't have him defend the title that much. So hopefully Dominic will be available every week and doing something, because for some reason Braun Breaker just wasn't always available every week. Never understood it, but you know, that's WWE's call for that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Moving on. This was an interesting moment. Randy Orton comes out for a mystery opponent. Randy Orton actually cuts a promo in the ring talking about this is his 20th.
Hold on.
Hold on. What's going on here, Mr. Chonk? Is he going to the toy chest? Oh boy.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh my God. Say.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Why's there a toothbrush when you hit it? Say his name.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh my God. It looks like Mr. Chonk went into the Carrot Top prop closet. He got his hat back out. He's got a whole soundboard going. Randy Orton calling out somebody for his 20th WrestleMania appearance. And wouldn't you know, good old, go ahead, hit the little soundboard again.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry in all of his glory, the Silver Fox himself, comes out with his theme song. And you can imagine what happens here. He comes out, the crowd goes nuts for his theme. They're singing along. They're all happy. Everyone's clapping hands, throwing babies, shitting themselves. Then he gets in the ring and the bell rings. And
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So Joe Hendry did get some offense. I'd say he got a good solid 3 minutes of offense on Randy Orton. He reversed a couple RKOs. He went for his finishing move, which is that ridiculous choke slam. Reminds me of the Hurricane back in the day when he used to try to choke slam people. And then, things kind of didn't go Joe Henry's way anymore. He did the whole thing where he knocked Randy Orton down. He had his back towards the hard cam, and then he spun around and did the smile. And Randy Orton...
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Randy Orton kind of came out of nowhere with an RKO while he was doing that the whole gig. And got the pinfall. And then after the match, it looked like Randy was kind of giving him some props, held up his hand, patted him on the shoulder. He might have, like, touched his ass a little bit. Gave him some,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Gave him some props, and, basically, like, went to shake his hand, shook his hand. Joe Hendry was about to leave. Randy Orton pulls him back, gives him another RKO. And then Randy did his own version of the little spin around and smile, but he did his little, you know, GQ pose.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
But yeah, very, very short match. I think this thing maybe went a little over 5 minutes. Wasn't that long at all. It's just a fun little segment for the fans. Gave Joe Hendry a WrestleMania moment he might not ever get. You never know.
None of us called that match, though. None of us expected.
No, I mean, he was on the list of people that may do it, may surprise, but I was hoping for something more. I was hoping for Brock. I was hoping for an NXT call-up. But
my wife was the one who predicted it, by the way. She called it.
Yeah, my Joe Hendry, I guess, is a fun surprise.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, my God. Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. Okay, so, speaking of another surprise, but in a different way, Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Now, I have some things to say about this one.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So, here's what I'll say. First off, Logan's entrance. He seems to always have, like, a unique entrance every year. This year, he kind of had a drone. He walked out with a drone. He was talking to it. It looked like a camera on our end. but I'm sure the fans in attendance saw he was carrying a drone. And then he pretty much like lifted it out of his hand. It was like a dove leaving his hand, and then it flew around the arena. And then he ended up like catching it again in the ring, kind of like a boomerang.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't his best entrance, but it was something.
Yeah.
No Prime bottle. Nobody dressed in a Prime bottle, which was what I was looking forward to. I was hoping to see him come out with another influencer in a Prime bottle to take some sort of damage during the match. It seemed to be a tradition. And then you had AJ Styles. Something I noticed right away is he has his old theme song again. What happened to the new one? I thought everyone liked his new theme.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, he came out to his old theme song, and what I have to say about the match is, I hate saying this, but I think AJ Styles lost his step a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe after his last injury or something. Like, he was not in top form. And I don't... It was very weird to me. He wasn't... It didn't look like he was selling an injury or anything. It just looked like he wasn't...
It just looked slow.
Yeah, he looked slow.
Pauses
Like
between every move.
He wasn't willing to go to the level that he normally would. We didn't really see the high spots. He did a couple, but not quite like he wasn't.
But they were very... They were very timed, and with AJ Styles, we have an expectation from him because we've seen it before. He's very good at chain wrestling, right?
Yeah.
But this match was full of a move, rest, a move, rest, a move, rest.
Yeah.
And there's certain wrestlers we expect that from, like a Roman Reigns match, for The Rock nowadays.
Absolutely.
You know, AJ Styles is up until about a year ago has been able to perform at high quality, and recently it seems like he's starting to wrestle like that, just very safe.
Yeah,
almost too
like,
safe.
I guess my expectations were high because AJ and Logan kind of have a similar style. We were expecting more along the lines of the Ricochet Logan Paul match.
Yeah, high flying.
And we didn't get that.
Yeah.
We didn't get that. Logan brought it. Logan brought his whole...
Logan carried the match.
Yeah, it seemed like he carried the match, and he actually had to dumb down his stuff to kind of match the pace of AJ, it seemed like. Because he was willing to do the flips and everything, but it's like, if somebody isn't there to catch you, you can't really just do them.
Yes, agreed.
And it just seemed like he was off his mark a little bit. So AJ Styles did end up losing the match.
And we both picked Logan Paul for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
like
AJ's we were kind of
in the twilight of his career.
Yeah, who really was going to win? We both picked Logan because it just made sense to kind of have the younger guy win.
Yes.
I guess they tried to roll some story in here. They had Karrion Kross like come out and almost like a devil on AJ Styles' shoulder, tried to convince him to use the brass knucks on Logan, and kind of a nothing burger. Didn't really even need him to be in there, but
I mean, it would have made more sense if AJ Styles took him up on his offer.
Yeah, it would have made more sense and maybe fit the narrative of why he was performing like a douchebag during the match. It seemed like he just wasn't there. I'm hoping he's not sick or injured or something, honestly. Like,
I don't know.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, the match just kind of died on me. The fans kind of weren't into it at all. Well, that's to be expected with Logan Paul, but AJ, they usually would be into it. Looks like your hat's like running out of battery. I just saw the battery
it is dead. It is dead.
It had a little battery sign pop up.
Yep.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So yeah, the match wasn't that great. Logan did end up getting the win. He landed his new finishing move, which I think that's great. His new finisher, I really like. And that went off without a hitch. Logan with another victory at WrestleMania. I used to think he was undefeated at WrestleMania, but now I remember he did lose to Seth Rollins about 3 years ago or so. So he's not undefeated at WrestleMania. Moving on from that, we're kind of going over night one pretty fast here. So maybe we'll just get
night two?
Night two, yeah, night two. So we had Lyra Valkyrie with Bayley versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, but...
What, not Bayley?
Yeah, Bayley apparently, quote unquote, got beat up backstage during the pre-show on day one, and Lyra Valkyria was having a mystery partner. to come help her against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The
I believe in Joe Hendry.
the not so secret mystery partner was none other than Becky
Joe
Lynch.
Hendry.
What?
I said Becky Lynch.
What?
I said Joe Hendry.
What? I believe in Joe
So it
Hendry.
ended up being Becky Lynch, another surprise guest. If they knew it was going to be a surprise partner, they should have done that on night one, just to kind of like, you don't want two surprise people in one night, and they did that here. Becky Lynch came out to be Lyra Valkyria's tag partner. Mr. Chunk was still insistent that they were going to lose, though. He thought that Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria would not win the titles.
I didn't suspect it.
Yeah, and I actually changed, like, if it was Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, I would have said Liv and Raquel, but
yeah,
with Becky coming back, I don't think she would lose her first match back. So once we figured out that Bayley wasn't in there, we kind of changed our predictions around. Mr. Chonk stuck with his, but I changed mine to Valkyria and her mystery opponent because I was banking on Becky Lynch coming back. So that is how we tied things up right there. We were 2 points each at that point. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria did end up winning the match. Honestly, it wasn't anything to really remember. Becky Lynch
it was an
like,
average.
Yeah. Becky Lynch looked like she was in shape, but not quite ring shape yet. She played it safe.
Yes. She was in physical shape, but there were a little bit of couple of like miscues.
Yeah,
Not botches, but
yeah,
it wasn't completely fluid. And it looks like they weren't training beforehand together in the ring and not talking about the match. So it looks like she kind of winged it. Yeah. Yes.
Did the best she could. I thought it was okay. Becky Lynch, Lyra winning the belts. Now I'm interested where they go from there. I don't see them holding the belts for long. I also want to see... What's that?
When do you think they knew it was going to be Becky Lynch in that position?
At least
game plan
all
along?
At least by night one. No. I would assume they had the Bayley thing just in case they couldn't lock in Becky Lynch.
But they wanted her all along for this match, or all of a sudden they found out she was going to be in the area and pivoted?
No, I think they probably wanted her all along, but they weren't able to lock anything down. Like, when you're in a position like Becky Lynch, you don't have to just accept their offer. You could just be like, oh, no, I want this. I want my contract to look like this. You know, when you're in a high position like that and you're off contract, like, you're at an advantage. Like, they can't just send you a contract and be like, all right, sign this or we're done with you. No, they want Becky Lynch.
It looks like at her stage of her career, she does not need WWE.
Yeah, so she can be like, hey, I want to be home every so days. I want my own tour bus. I want this. I want that. I want this type of bonus. Like, she can, you know, that's why they have lawyers that handle that kind of stuff.
Right.
So my assumption is maybe sometime on Friday they got word that Becky was on board, so then they had to get rid of Bayley out of that match. Bayley, I think, was just a backup. If they couldn't get Becky Lynch, they had Bayley there to cover that spot. And then who knows where things would have went. I still think Liv and Raquel would have retained if Bayley was there, because Bayley's just... I don't know. I hear rumors that Bayley's on her way out, and maybe that's part of the reason why they're not investing like long-term stories with her, which makes sense.
Possible.
It's at least they're not like Tony Khan and like holding her hostage. They're putting her on TV, but why invest TV time in somebody that might be leaving, that, you know, isn't signing their contract, might be going to AEW to hang out with their friends. I'm going to warn you now, Bayley.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry is going to have a higher on the totem pole than you in the wrestling business if you go to AEW. 100%. Like, if you go to AEW, maybe they'll have you tag team with Sasha Banks or something. I'm not calling her Mercedes Moné. That's not her name. It's Sasha Banks. The AEW will not do anything good with you that WWE wouldn't be able to do. You're going to be a big fish in a small pond. You're going to win titles that mean nothing. You're going to face people that mean nothing. And you're going to be on a television show with maybe, by the time you get there, 300,000 people watching.
Yep.
And you're not going to have a WrestleMania to go to. So It's all, if you want to just get an easy paycheck and work 1 day a week, more power to you. But if you're looking to build a wrestling legacy, stay where you're at. I'm telling you right now, you're going to regret going to AEW.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So there's my words of encouragement to Bailey. Watch where you stand. If you're not signing with WWE, like, I would highly suggest not going to AEW. So shit, we're already at the main event here. Oh god.
Well, not the real main event.
Well, you know what? Before the main event, let's talk about the Stone Cold segment that happened. So, you know, every night they have somebody come out and announce the attendance. First night they had, was it Stephanie?
Yes, it was Stephanie, I thought.
No, it was HBK.
No, two came out. It was, oh yeah,
it was
yeah,
HBK.
yeah,
Remember, because we saw
Stephanie came out and opened the
yeah,
second
she
day.
opened the second day. So HBK announced the attendance the first day. They had Stone Cold come out to announce the attendance the second day. He came out on an RTV, not RTV, an ATV. And he did the whole deal where he rode down the ramp. He did like laps around the ring, this thing that he's done for so long. And then at the end, he somehow crashed into a barricade. And in that very moment started an online controversy because people on the internet, the very sensitive, tiny little people on the internet, are extremely offended at the lady that reacted to Stone Cold hitting the barricade and she fell over. The internet is insisting that this lady overreacted and she's faking an injury and so happened and she's going to sue the WWE for a bunch of money and everyone's shitting on her. I don't see it that way. Putting myself in that lady's shoes, not trying to debunk this internet like lore here. So from what it looked like, the ATV did not hit her. It didn't look like the barricade like broke and like hit her or anything. But what I think may have happened, and this is just a logical person thinking with my brain. So something like that, if an ATV crashed dead in front of you, you might kind of be taken back a little bit. You might kind of be a little shocked. You might move back. And guess what? When you're at WrestleMania, me and Mr. Chunk, we've been in a couple of WrestleMania events. Yeah. There isn't a lot of room. So if she moved back,
could have tripped and fell.
Yeah, people have their bags on the ground. They got their merch on the ground. They got their cups, their food. There's chairs. Yeah. She might have moved back because a fucking ATV just crashed in front of her, and she might have just tripped on something, or tripped. Or
maybe a little bit of poo came out. You never know.
And the people are saying she's faking an injury and that she didn't get hit. No, I think she just tripped and just fell. That's it.
Well, there's no controversy at all. What I had found out was like, what was his name? Nick Khan kind of ran over.
Well,
like that.
He ran over because he's like the president of the company and he saw somebody fall over. He wants to make sure they're okay.
Yeah, so WWE is a corporation. They're not stupid. If there's any hint of something accidental and wasn't intended, they will do their best to make sure she's properly compensated.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
They're not going to play games.
Listen,
right?
if she was front row at WrestleMania or close to it, she's a super fan. Unless she has like a very, very wealthy boyfriend who just had her tag along, she's a super fan. And so if Nick Khan came over to make sure she's okay and said, "Hey, we're going to give you a backstage pass or something," I'm sure things got worked out.
Yes,
I'm sure she's not trying to sue the WWE.
Yeah.
I'm sure like it was just a thing. She got startled, tripped over something, fell. He probably just came over to make sure she's okay. Because guess what? When somebody falls, you want to make sure they didn't hit their head. There's concrete there. There's a ton of steel chairs. There's a mass of humanity. You don't want to make sure somebody didn't get trampled or something.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
She might have said Joe Hendry 3 times and he appeared behind her. You never know. There's a lot of surprises that can happen at a WrestleMania event. The internet, exclusively on Twitter, they're trying to make it into something. They're making it a witch hunt. They're trying to find out who the person is so they could drag her through the mud. A little ridiculous. Leave the girl alone. Leave the lady alone, damn it. And,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
He's got him! He's got him!
It's not gonna get old. It's not gonna get old.
Yeah, so let's try to leave the lady alone. Don't be looking up her information. Don't be trying to find her name. Don't be trying to find her family if she has kids or whatever. Fucking lady just tripped over something. Leave her the fuck alone. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Main event. WrestleMania. This match did
Let's
not
say about
go
that.
the way I thought it would at all. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I thought it was going to be like Hogan and The Rock or The Rock and John Cena. I really did. Now,
Yeah.
when I say it didn't go the way I thought it would at all, that's not saying that I didn't predict the winner. We knew who was going to win. John Cena did win.
It was a little obvious given how they were presenting John Cena.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty stupid for him not to win, given everything they've done so far.
Yeah. So John Cena did win the match, but here's the thing: there is really nothing that stuck out in this match to me, other than the really stupid stuff that we talk about.
Very cookie cutter, cutter. John Cena match. You know,
I don't think they ever picked up the pace much at all. They really
the pace. It was like a Roman Reigns old match. You ever see these old matches prior to the Bloodline where everything's a move, rest, move.
Yeah, they really didn't pick up on the pace at all during this match.
The only thing that I think about though is maybe that John Cena did it intentionally to, troll the fans a little bit because the fans expect high energy from John Cena, and he intentionally didn't bring the energy. Maybe that's what they're trying to tell you a little bit.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, and John Cena did clarify this earlier today on the Pat McAfee show. He did get hair transplant. He is working on covering the bald spot. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen immediately, but he did transplant hair from his sides to the back of his head. He said within the next couple months, we'll be noticing a big difference there. But he basically said that bullying does work, and we bullied him enough that he is fixing the bald spot on the back of his head. It did look a little bit better at WrestleMania, but give it a couple months, it's going to look a lot better. By the time he retires, he won't even have a bald spot anymore, I bet.
But my whole issue with this match was that if it's intentional that they're not creating a WrestleMania moment, because I didn't look at that as a WrestleMania moment. I'm sorry. I know John Cena won the 17th title, but they did not pace it in a way that looked like a WrestleMania moment. And in my opinion, I know people will disagree with me. They should have swapped main events. That should have been night one. And the triple threat with Seth Rollins, that was a more WrestleMania defining moment. Maybe not a positive one, but that one was more defining, and that should have been night two. That's just a personal opinion. Because if John Cena's thing is he's intentionally not being celebratory and just being deadpan and trolling the fans and not giving them any room for reaction but boos, that's not how you want to close out all of WrestleMania.
Well, so
especially Travis Scott.
Yeah, Jesus so Christ. The one thing of note is suddenly during the match we hear the Fiend song, the whatever that song is.
I believe
not
in Joe Hendry.
Damn it. We had the Fiend song by Travis Scott started playing, and I was like, okay, here we go. Because the last time that happened, it was like an introduction to The Rock.
Yeah.
It was like a little pre-show to The Rock coming out. So all of a sudden we hear the Fiend song. All of a sudden Travis Scott is at the ramp. And at first he stops and pauses and poses. I'm like, okay, here we go. Here comes The Rock. And then all of a sudden Travis Scott starts walking down the ramp. And I'm still waiting for him to just stop and then The Rock to come out. And that doesn't happen. Travis Scott
and
comes
that's what
down to
really
the ring.
Does not help.
Yeah, Travis Scott ends up coming down to the ring, and this got interesting. He sort of, like, I guess John Cena kind of got him to be part of the match. He called him up on the apron, and then wanted him to slap Cody Rhodes. The slap didn't happen. Cody Rhodes drags him into the ring, hits the crossroads on him, I believe. Yeah, he hit the crossroads. Travis Scott bails out of the ring. I think Cody gets the crossroads on Cena. Travis Scott pulls the ref out of the ring at that point. And then Cena ends up getting the upper hand. Cena, I believe at some point gets the
WWE title.
Yeah, he hit him with the title. I knew he cheated somehow. Hit him with the title, eventually hit him with the FU. Ref starts waking up. Cena gets the 1, 2, 3. No Rock. No Rock involvement at all. No Rock.
Yeah.
just Travis Scott. And unfortunately for me and Mr. Chunk, we're not familiar with Travis Scott on how he's a celebrity. Because this isn't like a major celebrity. This isn't a Taylor Swift. This isn't like an Arnold Schwarzenegger. This isn't like somebody that everybody knows. This isn't like a LeBron James. Back in the Attitude Era, they would have had LeBron James be a celebrity that
I'll tell you what,
and stuff.
even if LeBron James was in his place and The Rock didn't show up, I would have been just as annoyed.
Yeah, it still would have been a
because,
disappointment.
no offense to Travis Scott, he's not known for being associated with this industry.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
If they brought a celebrity and they couldn't get The Rock, his schedule conflict, whatever, and they got somebody else who's known for being associated with the industry, a super fan. I mean, they could have gotten Bad Bunny. Might have been a better placement.
Yeah.
At least he's had a match. At least he had, he's a fan of the industry, right?
Yeah.
Who's this Travis Scott guy? I mean, I know who he is, but I'm not aware that he is a super fan. I'm not aware that he's done a lot for the industry, right? He's just, WWE partnered with him to make the theme song for WrestleMania. Well, no shit. Every year they partner with somebody to make a theme song, but that's transactional. Doesn't mean that person's a super fan or done stuff with the industry over the last few years.
I'm already getting nervous. I know that I'm gonna have to eat this damn thing soon. I'm already starting to like sweat here.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, so Travis Scott played a pivotal role in that match. Much to our chagrin, nobody wanted to see that. Honestly, I didn't. So
I would have rather seen Joe Hendry.
Yeah, have Joe Hendry interfere at the end. He looks a little more intimidating than Travis Scott.
Yeah.
So yeah, 17th title reign for Mr. John Cena. Congrats to him. Hopefully he can finish. Hopefully he can end his career on a high note. Right now, he's got the title. He has the opportunity. The ball's in his court. Let's see what happens. That's how I look at it. Yes, the match disappointed me a little bit. But we still got the whole summer. We got the fall. We got till December. So hopefully by December, we will have a year to remember John Cena by. So far, it's been a little bit of a disappointment, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, this WrestleMania didn't hold up to WrestleMania 40, in my opinion. WrestleMania 40, I think, had many more moments. It had much better matches. Main event.
The entrances themselves were much better last year.
Yeah.
It was more invested into the quality of the entrances. Only one or two stood out this year. The Seth Rollins one stood out, and Tiffany Stratton. Everybody else.
Tiffany Stratton was the best entrance of all of them, honestly.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre, I didn't understand what the hell that was, and then we realized, guess
Doom
what?
promotion.
Glorified product placement for Doom.
Doom promotion. And then, what was it? Dude Wipes was promoting the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title. So, yeah, it doesn't match up to last year. I'd say this is one of the more disappointing WrestleManias in the last 5 years. Hopefully they can surprise us with the Raw after WrestleMania. They can get some momentum going, get some news stories going.
Yeah, we shall see.
We shall see. We shall see.
Looks like it's Chippy time.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
It looks like it is Chippy time here. Okay. I might have to get off the camera for a moment because I need to get some of my materials. I have some milk, some ice cream, and a milkshake. But yeah, so we have the hot chip here. I might have to get it.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So to clarify, just for my own safety, I'm not going to eat the entire chip. I'm going to take off I'm going to say a quarter of the chip, and we're going to do it that way. That's going to be fine. I'm going to get the full intensity in that little piece. Unfortunately, I will have to use a glove. It almost looks like I'm about to give myself a fucking anal
prostate
probe.
prostate exam.
I will have to use a glove here. Hopefully, yes, this glove does look like it will fit my big ass hand. And then what else do I have? Is this instructions? Should I read the instructions here? Eat at your own risk. Not everyone will enjoy the experience. That's a funny thing to say.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy food, allergic to peppers, or capsaicin. I don't know what that
Capsaicin.
is. Capsaicin.
That's the ingredient that increases the spice.
If you are pregnant or have any medical conditions, please do not eat this chip. I may look pregnant, but I am not pregnant. Keep out of reach of children or bald, fat, ugly adults that live in Souderton, Pennsylvania. Oh, okay, never mind. They don't actually say that. What to expect? This chip has been purely created for the sheer pleasure of intense heat and pain. Oh my god.
Stuff they put on like a condom, dude.
Yeah. And then they say this is
ribbed for your pleasure.
This is the intensity levels here. It says it will start out with a mouth on fire, and then it will be a runny nose, and then you'll have runny eyes, and then you'll have a lot of words.
And a runny anus when you're done.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Okay, so it says step 1, prepare some milk or soft drink. Step 2, wear glove provided. And then step 3, it says record your experience. So they
step 4,
yeah,
get some Astroglide just in case.
So let me get the milk really quick here, Mr. Chonk. If I don't know if you want to dance to the Fandango music for a minute or something while I do this. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, it came very close on the betting, and I for some reason intentionally bet the other way on some matches just in case to make it a little bit interesting, because usually we predict the same things. So let's see if he is ready to do this. Fortunately, I don't have any longer wait music, and I don't know what is taking him so long.
All right, Mr. Chonk.
It looks like we're back in business.
All right, Mr. Chonk. So what I did is I grabbed a knife real quick. I did slit open the package there so I don't have any trouble. All right. Let's get this going, guys. I'm ready to do this. I'm just done with this whole bullshit. Let's put the fucking...
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Putting the glove on. Putting the glove on. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
all right.
This is not fitting my gorilla hands too well. Okay.
Just make sure you bend over,
Dude.
and then there'll be a slight pinch.
I don't know if I'm going to get my hands in this thing correctly. I don't want any rips in it.
Thank God you're not a proctologist. I don't think this would go
Well, this
very
isn't
well.
this isn't exactly like elastic. This is literally just
Your
like,
figure would get stuck.
This is like trash bag material they got me using here. Okay. We got it on.
God.
I should have had like maybe I could just do it in the box in case there's any residue that pops off. I want to make sure I do not touch my face with this damn shit.
You gotta like break it off and just tilt and just drop it in your mouth.
Oh God. So I got...
Or get tweezers.
I got a milkshake. It brings on...
That's not enough.
I got ice cream. And I have chocolate milk. Let me actually... You know what? No,
get it prepped.
Yeah, I should. Here. Please don't break or anything. Ooh, this lid wasn't on that tight. Oh, shit. Okay, they got a seal on it. They got a seal on it. Oh, my God. Why didn't I think of doing this before I put this fucking glove on? Now you can watch Minty struggle to open up chocolate milk.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Alright. Alright, we got it. Opened. God damn it, dude. Why do I have to do this? This is fucking insane. Okay. Alright, let me...
You know what I owe my thanks to? I owe my thanks to Travis Scott.
Thank you, Travis.
He extended the match. He extended the match so I could win the bet. I have to be thankful for that.
Oh.
Is that a whole quarter?
No, this is the whole chip. I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
Break it.
okay, okay,
Let me break
okay.
a piece
Jesus
off.
Christ.
I gotta do it with one hand. Okay. You think this is good enough? I think so.
That's bigger than I expected, dude. I feel so
that's
sorry
what
for
she
you.
said. That's
Well,
what
if
she
you want to
said.
go, if you want to go half of that, I'll give you that. If you go
No,
half of that size, that's
I
okay.
gotta take one for the team here. I'm already not doing the whole thing. Let's take it for the team, guys. I'm gonna have to zoom
All
in
right.
a little bit. Oh boy. Yep.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
If anything happens to me, guys, thank you so much for checking out Unexpected Wrestling. I appreciate you. I'm sweating like a motherfucker here. I'm so nervous about this. Thank you guys so much for all my friends, anybody that's watching. I do appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me on all my crazy endeavors here. Oh, this is like I was less nervous about eating snails than this. I'll be 100%
Yeah,
honest with you.
I feel bad for your anus after this.
Okay.
What does it smell like? Does it give off an odor? Can you smell it?
Oh. Imagine like very, very hot. The smell of like just very hot seasoning, like cayenne pepper.
Yes.
And just
Oh, boy.
very intense. All right, I'm just getting myself in the zone.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad for you right now, immediately.
All right, shall we do like a 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, and you could immediately chase it. I'm not going to be an asshole about it.
I think I'm gonna have to do is get this glove off first because I don't want to touch anything with this powder.
Well, have the milk in your left hand and the chip in the right, and just chip and then chug, and chip and then chug.
I want to chew it a little bit first. I want to chew it a little
really?
bit first.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I keep giving you outs here, and okay.
All right, here we go, guys. Please appreciate this. Please, I'll make clips of this. Make it go viral, please. If I go to the hospital, that's all I ask. Please.
I think you're supposed to go viral from eating it. It's gonna feel like you have a virus.
2, 1.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
He still didn't do it.
All right.
Oh. Oh. Milk. Just.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
It's in my throat. It's in my throat. It's in my throat. It's in my throat. Oh.
Just keep drinking milk. Just keep drinking.
Ah. It's hitting my nose. Oh fuck.
Just keep doing it, dude. Don't stop.
Hold on, my computer just fucked up. No, I don't want computer problems right now. Okay.
You're good. I can hear you.
This
You're
shit's
good.
like
You're good.
popping up on my. Why is it doing this? Okay. This is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible.
Just keep drinking the milk and the ice cream. Do not stop. Do not stop. Just keep doing it.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Just keep doing it, dude. Do not stop. Keep going. Finish the ice cream. Finish all of it. It's the only way it's going to work. And swig it around. Swig it around.
Hurts.
So it's
breathing
all the.
hurts. Breathing hurts.
Well,
right
no
now.
shit. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Oh, no.
Keep going. I hope you have more chocolate milk than that.
I have another container if I need it.
I think you need a half gallon.
I should have had ice. Fuck.
No, dude. Just keep doing that. Water makes it worse. Do not drink water.
Yeah.
Do not use ice. Unless you had frozen ice milk. Like milk and ice cubes. That would have worked.
Ice cube, not the wrapper, right? Like actual ice cube.
Yeah. No, frozen milk in cubes of ice. That would have actually worked. And swig it around. Swig the ice cream and all of that in your and the milkshake in your mouth. Oh my gosh.
It's getting harder. It's getting hotter, dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's getting hot in her?
It's getting hot in her, and I'm not taking.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
This chocolate milk, the McDonald's chocolate milk, the Minecraft shit, it sucks. It's horrible. It absolutely
Really?
sucks. It's not good.
Well, you're not doing it for taste right now. You're just trying to.
I'd say the ice cream is the most effective. It takes the pain away for a second, but then once it wears off, it's
Well, it's so cold because it's
Yeah.
so cold.
the coldness is. I'm trying to swish it around in my mouth.
Is there an estimated time that they say it takes to wear off?
I hope not. I mean, I hope it wears off soon, bro.
Did they say like 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
It doesn't feel like it's wearing off at all right now. It's like getting worse.
Is it the same or is it still
It's
getting
getting
worse?
worse.
Oh. I'm going to ask you for a weird favor after this is done. I want you to text me after you've gone to the bathroom.
Dude, you want me to send you pictures too, fucker?
No pictures. I want to make sure that you're still alive after your first trip to the bathroom.
My eyes are like glazed over, bro.
Like I need to know you're okay after you take your first piss or poop.
I almost want to drink some Prime. Logan Paul
No,
sponsor me.
No. Do not do that. Do not do that.
Oh,
Keep
man.
with the milk. Keep with the milk.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Unexpected Wrestling.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I think I may have affected myself permanently because this heat is not going away.
You're gonna find out in a few hours.
Oh God.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I do want to say I appreciate each and every one of you that support the show. We wouldn't do stupid stuff like this if it wasn't for you guys.
I'm gonna text you later tonight to see what the aftermath was.
Oh. But just so everyone knows, we will continue to do like punishments like this. Maybe not the exact same one, but Mr. Chunk does have a chip challenge at his location also. So maybe someday, maybe we will see Mr. Chunk do this challenge. That is, if I don't get any permanent injuries.
It needs me to lose. It needs me to lose.
Yeah.
You need me to lose.
If you ever end up doing it, ice cream is probably the best bet. And the milkshake, the chocolate milk, the milk products do help.
So I realized,
though.
I realized a cheat that I'm gonna do after watching you do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to freeze milk in ice cubes.
Good point. That
Like get an ice tray, pour milk in it, and that way it's longer lasting in my mouth. And just put ice cubes in my mouth and swish them around.
Probably a good idea.
And keep doing it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'll keep you updated on how I'm feeling.
I mean, this did go better than I expected. I thought you were gonna pass out or puke.
No. At least not yet. At least not yet.
I wait till you go to the bathroom, dude. I'm so sorry.
100%. I'm happy that I managed to do all that without getting anything on my hands and touching my face or anything. I was mostly worried about that. But I'm gonna throw this out. Thank you very much. And oh my god. We will see you guys again on Sunday. We'll be filming another Unexpected Wrestling at 7 p.m. But I'll give you guys an update on Twitter if anything ends up happening that I need to get some emergency services or something.
I think you need to like keep people in the loop on positive progress. Like, you know, hey, I just did my first piss.
Oh god.
And still alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your first poop. And then have that blue flag marked safe from chip challenge.
All right. So I'm gonna get off of here because I gotta get out of this chair. I gotta start moving around. I can't be sitting still.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
But thank you guys so much for hanging out, Mr. Chonk. Congratulations on your victory. You do not want to take this punishment. I'm telling you that right now. Oh man. But we will see you guys on Sunday. Hope you guys have a better rest of your day than I am. Hopefully I can be out of this heat spell by Brawl. Oh, the more I breathe, the more